And that bucket is empty. We haven't drawn that one out yet. They haven't drawn that one out yet. And it looks like there's still some wax coating on the frame. They've started to draw the inside of this one out. They're storing the nectar or sugar water here, a little nectar up here, some pollen. So that's good. I see a whole bunch of, I see eggs, I see different stages of larvae, I see some capped over brood. There is capped over honey at the top, pollen or bee bread around the outside here, and then all of this in here is different stages of larvae and capped over brood. Same thing on this side. I see eggs and different stages of larvae. So we know that there's a queen in here, so that's a good thing. Capped over brood. The spots that is open has nectar in it. Bee bread is in it.
Are those queen cells facing you right there?
Looks like there are some cells on the bottom. And bees are in this one, both of these.
Sorry.
I'm trying to get down in there and see if there's anything in them. It doesn't look like there's anything in them. Here's the queen is right up here. I just saw her tucked behind the frame. You can see she's right there. Right behind there, walking in between the frame and the foundation. There she is.
Yeah, I just saw her.
So the queen is on this frame. So I'm gonna be very careful. 5th frame in, had the queen. So we have seen the queen. That's a good thing. Eggs all over this frame. Okay, it appears I have a swarm cell here with a larva in it. And I can't tell if there is a larva in this one here, but it does look like there's a swarm cell there. They've done the same thing this week that they have the last couple of weeks in a row. It sure looks like it. Good frame of capped over brood, different stages of larva. I can't tell if there anything in those two cups here on the bottom.
It looks like another one up by your left hand.
Okay, those are empty. And that looks like a queen cup up here. And again, I can't tell if there's anything in it. But they sure are drawing across the frame. I'd like to pull that off. We'll leave the rest on there. So drawing this out, it's got nectar all in the cells. They're drawing a little bit on this side, but not a whole lot. Okay, so we have 6 good frames drawn out on this top box. I'm going to pop this top box off and look down below real fast. one's drawn out really good. It's got nectar in it. They're starting to draw this side out. They haven't started drawing that one out yet. They haven't started drawing on this side yet. This side is just full of honey or nectar. Put that to the outside. Capped over brood, different stages of larva. Good capped over brood there.
Is it time to build a Delta hive?
I don't know. This is a good looking colony. Lots of brood in here. Different stages, capped over, bee bread, nectar all around the outside. Same thing on this, bee bread, different stages of larva. Good sheet of capped over brood. This down here is bee bread. A little bit of larva mixed in through it. Same thing on this side. Bee bread, nectar, a little bit of larva mixed all through it. They have plenty of resources in this hive, so I won't be feeding this hive anymore. It's time for them to start using all the natural resources that's out there.
Are all of those drone cells right there at the top left of that one, you just put back in, facing you?
Yeah, those are drone cells.
Okay.
Very busy. A lot of activity on this hive. A lot of activity. Look out now. Capped over brood. There's some larvae in there. It appears to be a queen cup right here, but I couldn't see anything in it. Right here. That appears to be a queen cup here at the bottom with a larva in it. And being at the bottom of the frame, I want to call that a swarm cup. Or, yeah, queen cup, but swarm cup. Swarm cell. Full of nectar and bee bread. They've started drawing this side out. This side they're drawing out. This side they're drawing out. That's just nectar in there. This side they're drawing out real good. This side they're drawing out real good.
Here's one of those beetles. And he flew off.
All right, so I'm gonna put this back together. All right, so let's put this box back on. since I'm not going to feed, I bought me some plexiglass plates to put over the top to keep the bees between my inner cover and the telescoping cover. So we're going to leave them sitting as they're sitting. I'm going to flip the entrance reducer on the alpha hive because there's a lot of activity, and a lot of the foragers, when I did the split, come back here. So there's still a lot of activity on the alpha hive. So I'm going to open that up a little bit more for them. We're not going to go in. We're not going to disturb them. When I did the split last week, we had no signs of the queen at all. So I don't even know if we have a queen in there yet. I left queen cells in both halves of the split. So all I'm looking at doing today is just twisting that entrance reducer to give them a little more room to go in and out. That is all. And that's the way we're sitting with the alpha hive. The Charlie hive we're not going to mess with because we don't want to disturb them. We want them to let the queen emerge from her cell, go out, do her mating flight, come back, give her plenty of time to be acclimated as being a mated queen, and hopefully she'll start laying. And we're going to look at inspecting both the alpha and the Charlie hive next week to make sure we're queen right on both.